Fact or fiction, carrots can be good for your eyes. That's the fact.
Oh, so
But a
yeah,
lot,
I think that that is definitely a fact, and even though it sounds like it's advice from your mom, she's actually correct here. So taking good care of your body and good care of your general nutrition and not smoking, these are all key features of your general health and also of your eye health. But unfortunately, I think it's sort of a myth that as long as we take good care of ourselves, our vision will be okay. And it turns out that that's potentially a damaging concept, right? So just like you have a heart exam every year and a kidney exam, you also want to make sure you have a dilated eye exam. The leading reasons in the United States that people lose vision, the most common reasons people lose a lot of vision are from diseases that are very treatable now. They're called diabetic macular edema and age-related macular degeneration. And we do a great job treating these now, but you can't treat it if you don't know you have it. So the key is to make sure that people go and get a dilated eye exam to make sure that they don't have one of these conditions that needs attention.
absolutely. Thank you. Now, Marianne, you're with us today
Yes.
for Low Vision Month. Tell us about your condition and how it affects your day-to-day life.
Well, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when I was 40. And over the next 9 years, my vision on my yearly visits kept going downhill a little bit. And finally, I started seeing black thread, spidery looking, just threads. I couldn't drive at night anymore. I couldn't distinguish the signal light, the green from the red, because it would shift. I quit taking my grandbabies in the car for fear that I might hurt them. When I'd go to the eye doctor, the big E, half of it would be very clear and the other half would be very blurry. And finally my eye doctor said, Marianne, you need your cataracts done. And I just flipped. I said, 49 and I have to have my cataracts done? Yes. So I did. And he saw even more retinal damage. So he referred me to a retina specialist and who took care of me. And I just really believe, because I went every year, I stayed on it, I got early treatment. And that's the biggest piece of advice I can give to anyone out there with diabetes. Keep up on your annual visits. Dr. Prenner will maybe tell you about the dilated visit. But and then we have a website. Please go on. My story's on there, and a lot of answers to your questions. And that's looktoyourfuture.com.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Marianne. Dr. Prenner, tell us a little bit more about what people should do or what people should expect when they go in for their eye exam. What are some things that specialists do to try to detect the condition that Marianne has, or either other vision problems?
So it's a great question, Makiba. The standard examination is to check your vision on an eye chart. We check your eye pressure to make sure that's normal. We look at the front of the eye. We dilate your pupils. And that is annoying because the next 4 or 5 hours might be kind of blurry, but it's critical. You can't see someone's retina fully unless their pupil is dilated. And then once your pupil is dilated, we'll oftentimes take photographs, and these are really amazing imaging tools. Not painful in any way. You just take a picture, but you can get very precise information about the status of the retina. Is there actually swelling of the retina, or is there macular degeneration or diabetic retinal change? And you can take these non-invasive pictures, get the information right away. Your doctor can show those to you, and then you can make a treatment plan after that. And then the next couple hours, you'll probably be kind of blurry. So if you're going in for your annual exam and you're not being dilated and you have something like diabetes, you're doing yourself a disservice. So check out that website, looktoyourfuture.com. It goes over this information, which is quick here, in more detail. But I think that's, again, early diagnosis and treatment, that's the key.
That's right.
Great tips there. Now, also, and this is for both of you, tell us what are some ways that you would suggest that people can help protect themselves against vision loss, especially if they have diabetes?
So I think, with diabetes, you want to do the best you can to take care of your blood sugar. And, this can be a discouraging process for people because it's really hard to manage your sugar at the level your doctor is going to tell you they want you at. It's hard to achieve it, but you got to keep doing the best you can. Proper nutrition, sometimes even vitamin supplementation for people with macular degeneration is important. Making sure your blood pressure is under control. Don't smoke. If you're a smoker, for 900 reasons you got to stop. And making sure that you're having this annual screening exam. It's really the key piece of the puzzle that's missing for a lot of people. We don't want to find patients 10 years down the road when they have a lot of damage. It's much harder to reverse that than it is to prevent it from ever happening. And we don't want to see these people with preventable sources of vision loss from coming in late. We want to catch them now early. It's 2017. The world's different than it was even 5 or 10 years ago. In terms of treating these diseases, we have a really good shot at keeping people seeing well forever, but we can't treat people who we don't see in front of us.
And if you have diabetes, test. I got into testing in the morning, and that was it. To know what your disease is doing to you, you have to test several times a day. And that, to me, is what's going to keep you healthier.
Yeah, so just make sure you're working with your medical doctor to try and do the best you can for whatever your particular individualized regimen is for taking care of your diabetes. That's critical and critical for any kind of diabetic care.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And again, for more information as well as tips on how to keep your vision healthy, go to www.looktoyourfuture.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks,
Thank
Makiba.
you for having us.